If you've been in the manosphere, everybody will tell you to start reading Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. But nobody tells you why. People read it, they highlight a few quotes from it, and just keep the book on the shelf forever. They're done with the book. 10 quotes, that's it. That's not the book's fault, it's a usage problem. Meditation isn't a book you just read once. It's a set of tools you run daily, like brushing your teeth. 2000 years ago, the most powerful man in the world wrote himself a set of instructions about how he handled his life. Here are the three that I actually use and exactly how. Tool number one, the control filter. When something goes wrong in your life, take a step back before you react and ask yourself, can I do anything about this? If no, drop it immediately. The weather, other people's opinions, everything that is simply out of your control, or things that happened in the past, leave them. If you can do anything about it, well, do something about it. If not, stop worrying about it. Worrying about the things that are out of your control does nothing positive to you. It only makes you pay some sort of bill, mental bill that you don't owe. If you can take care of it, and the answer to that question is yes, stop worrying and take some sort of actionable step towards fixing the situation. Notice there's no actual third option here. Either do something about it or let it go. But people somehow still get stressed about things out of their control. So they're choosing this fake third option, which is being stressed about it, worrying about it. And every hour you spend worrying about something that's out of your control is just you choosing that fake third option that doesn't really exist. I use this constantly because I live somewhere that makes me practice this daily. Slow internet, blocked tools, everything was just frustrating for me to work with in the country that I live in. And I tend to be frustrated about them. At least I did. Now it's the question, can I do anything about this, my country? Well, no. If yes, and I do have a workaround, then I just immediately start working on it. When you approach it like this, the frustration doesn't suddenly just disappear. It just doesn't ruin your whole day and make you all exhausted while being worrying and stressing about things that are actually out of your control. If you put a stop to the frustration and actually take a step back and analyze what option between those two, either letting it go or doing something, you can take, you will understand that it's nothing to be worrying about if you can't do anything about it. I don't know how to explain this. You have to be in the position and situation and look at it this way to feel and see how different it is for you. You just simply decide to let it go because you simply can't do anything about it. And the only thing you can is to maintain yourself and your energy for the steps you can take in the future. So, the obstacle flip. Marcus Aurelius has this famous quote, sometimes the thing blocking the path becomes the path. And this is what he actually meant by that. When something goes wrong in life, your brain just immediately screams, this is in the way, this is a problem, blah, blah, blah. But what if we tell ourselves, what is this problem or this obstacle trying to make me build or do that I wouldn't have done otherwise? It's not positive thinking, it's not some psychology trick, wishy-washy, hippie crap that I'm telling you. It's a simple fact that problems contain information and most people are too busy being frustrated to collect them. Here's a real example. I had to leave a university abroad and come back home. Full scholarship gone. That felt like my only exit getting closed down on. The flip, being back forced me to stop waiting for the perfect conditions or better conditions at least and start building in harsh ones. And building in bad conditions taught me way more than a degree would have in a lifetime. I couldn't see that in the moment, but the flip made me see it all. It made me understand why the obstacle can force you to become a better person, upgrade yourself, or level up just to make things work in that situation. Otherwise, I would have never put that much effort into me and my business if I were abroad, because things are generally easier outside my country. Third one is the one day question. Ask yourself, if I had only one day left, one proper, fully energized, focused day left in my life, and that was tomorrow. How would I spend it, and what would I do with my time? This sounds a bit dark or harsh, but it's actually not. It's a knife to cut through the noise. Because most of what fills a day fails to answer the question. The scrolling fails. The fake busy work productive shenanigans you think you're doing fails. Everything fails. The moment something fails the question, it suddenly becomes so hard to do it with a straight face. You can't just keep doing it when you feel like it's the last thing you're going to be doing in your life. The stuff that passes the question, building something, learning something new that's important to you, some skill, or spending time with someone you actually care for and love. This is your real life. Everything else is just packaging. 60 seconds, once a day, it sorts your entire day for you. Now the part that most people miss. Meditations isn't a book Marcus Aurelius wrote. It's actually his private notebook. I don't know if you understand this. The Emperor of Rome, one of the strongest, most prominent figures in history, had to remind himself on a daily basis to be focused, to be more patient, to not waste time on tasks that are irrelevant. He never expected anyone to read it. Think about what that means. The most powerful man in the world needed daily reminders for himself to act like the person he wanted to be. And he never stopped. The reminders weren't a signal of him failing. The reminders were him practicing how to be the person he wanted to be daily. You don't read the book once and just shelf it. The tools that are in the book are meant to be reminded to you daily, or at least weekly. You have to constantly be reading this to gain some sort of value out of it. It's you practicing and reminding yourself to become a more stoic person. That's how you actually use the book. That's how I use the book. There's no finish line on when you got it and you have to stop. It's a tool that you can or cannot use on a daily basis. That's not bad news, as you might think. It means that you don't have to be perfect. There's no line to go through that you're actually perfect. There's no goal of being perfect in this process. The goal is to show up each day and practice stoicism, practice that way of thinking. At least that's how I look at it, and it takes a lot of the pressure off of me. Here's your first rep. Take 5 minutes to do it today. Open your notes app in your phone and answer these 3 questions. One thing that's just making you think about and stressing about, which is out of your control. Write it down. One current problem, one thing that might be trying to teach you something or signaling you that you need to build something. And 3, the 1 day question. If you answer that question, you know what to do tomorrow. If you had 1 day and you had to spend it all the most perfect way you can, and I don't mean that the day should be perfect, like the things that you do in that day should be the ideal things for you. If you had 1 day to do it, what would you do? It's your tomorrow's daily tasks. 5 minutes, that's the entry fee to actually using the book and not just shelving it. As always, strive for excellence, and I catch you in the next one.